Cheers! Now what I'm doing in this video is like the part 2 to the part 1, which I will link in the information box. The video was called the Curious Demonology Experience PT for part 1, okay? And what it was about was the story which someone had private messaged me about a few strange things which had happened when they'd been messing around with demonic symbols. Okay, first and foremost, as far as finding the piece of paper which you had previously drawn the sigils on, on the sidewalk, wet with the rain and all the rest of that, that's just pure coincidence. Do not be afraid or alarmed or concerned, and it certainly isn't some kind of message from the afterworld that the demons are trying to communicate with you in some manner. All that is hard and fast, straightforward coincidence. It seems a little more frightening or a little more to the point or important because it is connected to something of a strange or apparently supernatural type nature, and therefore it is going to make it more likely that you'll develop some kind of superstitious fear and dread about it. Okay, so I would be very careful about what you think is a spirit stalking you. If you find something that's a bit weird, you've just found something that's a bit weird, you can't guarantee that there is some kind of connection. Lots of people out there will claim that it has worked. Yes, because they haven't really got the intellectual ability to be able to work out what the phrase "it works" actually means, in what way you can intellectually apply it in a manner which is even remotely honest. So what happened there is you just found a piece of paper. Now, the bits that were interesting is the fact that you had dreams about you drawing the sigils and getting obsessive about it and all the rest of that, and summoning and conjuring and stuff. And then you get the weird purple hazy kind of experience. Now, the purple hazy kind of experience which you've mentioned, from what I found out about after years of playing around with this stuff, is probably a little more commonplace as far as occult experiences are concerned, or seemingly occult experiences I should say, than many people might think. And they do seem to occur in cases of invocation, evocation, and that sort of thing. I've had a fair few of them myself, and so that, I would say, would be something more worthwhile considering. But even then, it is still just a strange experience. We cannot say for certain whether there is some kind of objectively existing spiritual entity behind it, although it might seem like it at the time. It's just another strange experience. It's very transcendentalist for you to be upset, confused, concerned, or paranoid or fearful as a result of either the purple haze experience or finding the piece of paper. But it is certainly not a transcendental deist or deist point of view to have these concerns, because essentially when there are things you don't know, quite frankly there are things you still don't know. The experience themselves, or the experiences themselves, do happen. I've had some very similar, and I've spoken to other people who've had some very similar as well. So in that respect they are rather curious, but that's really all that we can say. As far as the purple haze experience is concerned, don't try and be afraid of it. Try and see yourself as being more powerful than it. For instance, would it have appeared if you had not summoned it, either through your dreams or through direct conscious action? No, of course not. If it was you who did summon it, then it's you who can send it straight back to hell, so its job is to be terrified of you. Another fun thing to do, a fun or curious experiment, is to find someone who you know and who trusts you and who's not very well aware of your occult interests. Find a time or a day when you're already going to go and see this person. Maybe meet them in a shopping centre, or go out to the movies together, or something like that. The night before, try and summon this purple haze spirit again, and peacefully and prayerfully tell it to go and visit your friend, and give it a message of love. The next day, just slip it into the conversation that you're looking into the meanings of dreams and you wanted to know what he dreamt of the previous night. Then see what happens. It can be rather curious. Doesn't always work, but when it does, it can be rather curious. Sleep tight.